Hey everyone, Mac and Jenny here. We are back with the third installment of Dock Talk, a multi-part series that covers our preparations for a major cruise aboard our 1980 Allberg 37 sailboat.
In the last episode, we tackled a major fiberglass repair to Maya's chain plate knees, so if you like boat projects, you'll want to check that one out. In this video, we're going to get you caught up to real time, and later in the video, we'll announce where our next big adventure is taking us. So without further ado, let's jump into the episode.
So as many of you know, we circumnavigated Vancouver Island in the summer of 2019, and after that, we returned to Anacortes and got back to work full-time. I've been working as a marine electrician, building a 57-foot expedition trawler. There's a link above to a video series about that if you're interested.
And I've been working in pharmacy in a hospital setting.
So at this point, we settled into life on the dock for the winter, and to be honest with you, the weather was terrible most of the time.
Okay, this is like as hard as I've ever seen it rain.
But the worst part is the wind.
38. That's over 50 miles an hour. Well, this is like day 4 or 5 of sustained 40-knot winds. It's just crazy out here. Everything is just bouncing around. We've already had one piece of gear on the boat. This thing broke right here. Ugh. Not a huge deal, but still. Ready for summer.
One thing we'll say is that quality sleep is very important to us, and there were a lot of nights that were difficult to sleep through. So that was a definite challenge. Oh yeah, there was a blizzard at some point too. We got like 18 inches of snow, which is a record, so that was fun.
So this was our second winter living aboard, and we were both over it. But we muscled through the winter in hopes of a bright, warm spring. And when that nice weather finally did arrive, so did the realization that COVID-19 was going to change everything.
Yep, COVID-19 pretty much changed all of our plans. I'm sure you can all relate.
Now, despite basically all of our plans changing, we actually had a really fun summer cruising around the San Juan Islands. We were both really lucky that the pandemic didn't affect our jobs, so we were both able to continue working full-time and going cruising on the weekends.
And before we move on, we wanted to highlight some of our summer staying local. sure. Yeah, looks like it.
He's so pretty because he's bright red.
Well, there you have it, a brief look at our summer cruising Washington San Juan Islands. Now, as the summer began to wind down and fall started to set in, we were staring down another windy winter aboard Maya. And with the prospect of terrible winter weather, combined with a global pandemic, we basically noped out of that situation and we bought a small house in Anacortes.
The house solves several problems. First, we didn't have to live aboard through another winter. Second, we were able to take everything off the boat and tackle projects that would have been impossible while living aboard.
The big winter project was replacing the rest of Maya's chain plate knees. We don't really have time to talk about that project, but just know that it was a very dirty job and that we are very happy to be living on land.
And I'm loving every minute of it.
So that brings us to present day. Currently, it's February 2021, and we can finally talk about what's in store for us for the future.
We can finally talk about the trip.
But before we spill the beans, we want to provide a little context to the story.
So a few years back when we were still boat shopping, we were really motivated by the idea of spending a winter in Mexico's Sea of Cortez. And the intention after we bought Maya was to take her down south that first year.
The only problem was we had no other experience other than a week-long sailing course. So when the time finally did come to sail south that first summer, we had to take stock of our skills and the condition of our boat, and we realized we weren't all that ready.
We made that decision 3 years ago, and since then we've put over 2,500 miles under the keel. We spent over 150 nights at anchor, and we've completed countless boat projects, and we now think we're ready to head south.
That's right. If all goes as planned, in August of this year, we'll take Maya south with the intention of spending an entire winter in the Sea of Cortez.
But wait,
There's more.
Before we head south, we're going north.
That's right.
We're going to Alaska! So the plan is to leave early April with the intention of arriving in Ketchikan sometime early May. After that, we'll spend the next few months exploring Southeast Alaska before we head south in preparation for the big left turn. After that, it's off to California and then hopefully Mexico.
We've been dreaming about this trip for a really long time, and it's almost time to make it a reality. We're planning on bringing you guys along, so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed so you can follow along on the adventure.
Additionally, if you have any recommendations for anchorages or attractions in Southeast Alaska, we'd love to hear about that. You can leave a comment down below.
Presently, we're 2 months out from our planned departure date, which means we're in a mad dash to get everything done.
Additionally, the Canadian border being closed is posing some additional challenges, but we're working through that. So basically, we don't know what the next episode is going to look like, but we are really looking forward to dedicating more time to these videos when we're actually on the trip. So we're hoping to have a lot more videos in the very near future. And with that, I think we're going to wrap up this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you here next time.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Because that's the limit. That was it.